we've all had to adjust how we work together to keep each other engaged and productive. And in your opinions, what is proving most effective in improving engagement and actually increasing great work during this time of uncertainty? So Maria, let's start with you and tell us a little bit about your experience at Manulife.
So Gary, thank you so much for that question. When COVID-19 pandemic hit, our focus shifted quickly to key objectives, ensuring the health and safety of our team and supporting our customers who really needed us more than ever, both of them, right? So really two areas that we needed to focus on and ensure that we maintained and increased our engagement of both of them. Some of the strategies that our team used that other, I think, leaders can implement was really to balance the expectations between safeguarding mental health, including prioritizing the two key stakeholders. We helped customers who were stranded while traveling. We relocated business teams to handle increased call volume. We proactively added in grace periods for certain premiums and mortgage payments. Those were some examples of how we engaged, increased engagement with our customers. For our team, we really increased the focus on their mental health and physical well-being. This included, really making sure they had the tools that allow them to do their job. They were used to doing it in the office. Now they're at home, they're remote. We needed to make sure that we continue to engage with them to make sure they had the tools to continue to be engaged and productive. Providing them with work flexibility to juggle multiple priorities, right? Now they're at home, they've got potentially school-age children that they're having to now school in addition to the work they're responsible for as an employee. So providing them with the flexibility to be able to do both. Financial support. So things like salary continuation for roles whose work didn't really lend itself to working remotely where it wasn't possible. We continue to provide that salary continuation. And I would say, communication. We have gone above and beyond to ensure that we've shared with our people as much information, allow them to ask questions, created forums for them where they could raise concerns. As I've shared, some examples of these were regular videos, ask me anything sessions with our senior leadership, town halls with executive teams. I mentioned we brought in some appreciation days, some fun events. Some examples included the thank you day, the motivational speaker, health and wellness experts, the kids camps, book club, virtual talent shows, and all. I'm really proud of how our organization has really stepped up and show the care for our customers, but as well as our employees. And we were rewarded rather with very solid business results. And honestly, I don't think any of this could have been achieved if our employees weren't engaged. And I think these are all just really solid examples of how we have used a variety of different strategies to support employee engagement throughout the pandemic. And like many other companies rather, we've been able to pivot and largely work remotely during the pandemic. And while remote working enabled us to keep the business moving forward, we have a strong culture in place, and we would not have been able to see the innovation that we've driven over the last year and been able to really support our customers and streamline processes, increase our net promoter score, and deliver the solid financial results that we have been. And again, it all goes back to the engagement that we've had with our employees.
Thanks very much for those responses. Susan, what is your experience on this particular
Yeah,
topic been?
I would say that ADP has consistently had a very high employee engagement year over year. And I believe that the employees are the secret sauce of this organization. And I'd say that it's important for me to clarify that when we talk about engagement, it's not just about like overall employee satisfaction. It's about how emotionally connected our associates are to this organization. And I think that there's really three things that help us drive that emotional connection. And it really, I'd say it starts with a supportive management style and supportive leadership style. I think that our leaders are people-oriented, people first, and they get that, people need flexibility. And I heard, Maria and Assad echo that in their phrases as well. I think it's important that you check in frequently, that you have conversations, that you start your check-ins with, how are you doing? How's the family? Not just right into work. And that supportive management style also is focused on putting the first things first. I think that one of the mantras that we continuously say at ADP is that we can do anything, but we can't do everything. And so it's critical that you focus on the most important things. And as a supportive manager, you give your associate permission to say no sometimes, because whatever that is just not the right priority, and they feel supported because of our leadership. The second one is that positive work environment. And I think when I think about positive work environment, I talk about, having a bake-off and which leader can bake the best cake or decorate the best cake, or who can play charades online. That engagement creates a positive work environment where we think of ourselves as part of a family at ADP. When someone is sick, there is support. When someone is in financial problem, we have programs to support that. If somebody wants to move their career forward, we have Careers in Gears, which is a program hyper-focused on helping people move their career at ADP, because your next job can stay with us. And then I think that probably the most important thing, I'm saying it last, but probably the most important thing is encouraging a trust in leadership. Our leaders are seen as trustworthy. And I think that when you have a leadership group that people believe what they say, then you have a better emotional connection to your organization, which kind of starts that whole wheel again. So encouraging leaders who are honest and transparent and can be trusted helps build engagement, and again, has driven record engagement for us. Even during our craziest time in the last 18 months, our engagement has maintained record high numbers.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so encouraged to hear that, Susan. And isn't it interesting in times of uncertainty and challenge that we can actually intentionally improve things and lift engagement? And I love your connection that you made as one of the major factors of that rests on leaders and how we as leaders are interacting and making those connections to purpose, accomplishment, and one another. Thanks again so much. Great information. Much appreciated. Thanks all.